Hey everybody, what's up Geminis? Happy birthday! Welcome witches to my channel of all things magical, makeup wise, beauty wise, love wise, you know, all the happy feels. Welcome! So, I am going to be doing a tarot reading for you of past, present, and current energies and also outcomes of decisions, the person you're with, etc. All that good, fun, lovey stuff. I am not here to tell you how shitty your relationship is. I am here to deliver messages for you from the divine on your behalf about areas that you may not be aware of or areas in which you already are aware of but need to kind of focus your attention in, or areas that you need to seek validation on. Keep in mind, these are general readings. They may not resonate for all of you. If they don't, be sure to check out your moon sign, your Venus sign, and your rising sign. Roles can also be reversed. I could be speaking of your person, or I could be speaking of you, so keep in mind. I don't have a lot of strength in this situation. Death to strength. And it's interesting because in your current situation where you are right now, you have all major arcanas. So the past situation, this past relationship that brought you into this current situation is a major stepping stone in your life right now. So this is going to really be important for you over the next couple of weeks to really pay attention to your mental body and your heart body. So what I mean by that is I don't want you to exist all up in here with these sleepless nights. And I don't want you to, I mean, obviously do what you want, but I also don't want you to get so trapped in your heart space and in your emotions about how this cutting is making you feel. Sometimes it's necessary to cut. It doesn't mean that there won't be blood in the cut, but sometimes it's necessary for us to cut out things that no longer service us. So if it was you who cut this person out, I feel like you made the right decision. If it was them who cut you out, I still feel like it was the right decision because you have the Judgment card here in your current situation. So what I want you to understand with the Judgment card, the angels are literally calling down to awaken the soul. To, you know, it's kind of a biblical card where it talks kind of about the final judgment. I sort of hearken it to the old Egyptian legends where they weigh the heart. I'm waiting for the train, hang on. Sorry. But that train keeps it rolling down on that San Antone. Anyway, so the Judgment card is all about, I was onto something. Stupid train. Okay, anyway, the weighing of, that's where I was. It's the weighing of the heart and the feather, and whichever is greater. I don't know if you guys know that legend, but whatever this was, this cutting, it's good for your heart. Even though it feels like absolute shit and you don't feel strong at all and you feel really weak and powerless, I want you to understand that what I'm seeing here was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do, okay? So in your future energies, we get the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. So there's a lot of eights in here again. So my last reading I did, there was also a lot of eights and sixes and things like that. So you're going to go find your wish fulfillment. You are going to move toward finding emotional stability. You're going to move toward finding the prizes in your life and where that is for you. It could be work, but this is more about emotions. So this is about kind of maybe going on a journey, maybe traveling, In this card, there's also an eclipse, and I want you to keep in mind that in just a few short days, we have an eclipse coming up. So around the time of the eclipse, I would highly suggest, journaling or going, looking up travel plans. I know that with COVID-19 and everything, we're kind of restricted with traveling, but maybe see if you can book a flight for next year. Travel, do something fun for you. You don't necessarily have to be codependent or involved with this person where they're sucking the life out of you and it feels like death. Because you're a pretty strong person, and you wouldn't be getting major arcanas in your current energies if you weren't a strong person. So this is a major tilting point. This is the shifting point for you in your life here. So with the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Eight of Cups, I would say whatever it is that you want, that you feel this relationship held you back in, that you had to make sacrifices for, maybe you had to put your career on hold so you could, help this person realize their career. Maybe you had to be a stay-at-home parent for a while or something. There is something that you have sacrificed for the sake of this relationship, and it's now being cut from you so you can pursue who you are. Because you are at one with everything around you. You are at peace with who you are as a person through this. And even though it may not seem like it now, you will find that peace. The Knight of Cups is all about having valor in our emotional body, right? So however there is honor for you in your emotions, I would say go after that. Do you want to travel? Make the plans. Do you not have the money? That's okay. Put away $5 every day until you have enough to buy a plane ticket, and you will make it happen. And I also want you to understand that whatever is going on right now has a huge impact on what is going to happen in a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Okay? So if you are cutting a relationship now, it's that tilt, right? It's that setting up for things in your world to shift in ways you don't even understand. The world is changing at a rapid pace. The world is entirely different from 6 months ago. So if you want to travel, and I keep seeing travel for you, I see the Eiffel Tower. Maybe some of you have been wanting to go to Paris for a long time. I'm not sure, but whatever it is you want to do, I am highly encouraging you to go do it. Do you want to go back to school? Go back to school. Story time for you. So a year ago, I didn't know if I'd be able to finish up my bachelor's degree or not. And I had to reapply for aid, find the aid, go back to school. And I wasn't sure I'd be able to do it because I already had a lot of debt from previous studying, from previous university and beauty school and things like that. So I already was in debt a lot. And the debt thing scared the crap out of me. I had financial scarcity around that, right? Don't have financial scarcity around your wants and your dreams, okay? I was able to find the money, I was able to go back to school, and I'm able to complete my degree within a year's time. So, just a little note for you. Whatever it is that this relationship is ending for you, it's also going to signify a rebirth. And I can't pick up the cards because my nails are so long. So, the Death card, which is smack dab in the middle of your deck, of your spread, is about, it's not just about the death or the dying of something, it's also about rebirth. Without death, there cannot be birth, right? It's also card number 8, and it's again that cycle, death and rebirth, yin and yang. It's very much black and white. So, and it's all about how you see it. So, there's a lot of different things in here, different people in here who are kind of in the processional of death's path, and they're all looking at death in a different way. We have the spiritual figure who's almost reverent for death, right? Who almost reveres it as a sacred thing, right? We have a woman here who's turning away. We have a man here who's almost being trampled by the horse. We have a child here who's just looking up at it in awe. So, with that childlike innocence, who's just trying to contemplate what death and new beginnings mean. So I would say the death of this relationship is bringing about a moment of awe for you. I don't see this as a bad thing at all. I see this as the dying of something so you can begin again. And that's a very beautiful thing. This, sleepless night, this 9 of Swords energy here, that's not going to last long. You will find your strength again. That's what I see for you. Yeah. So no is in reverse. To me, a no in reverse is like a yes. So it's a yes. So by saying no to this relationship, by cutting it out of your life, you're going to have a yes toward other things that you want. Okay? Now I want to take a look real quick at your person here that this is about. What this sort of ending is going to signify for them, because you're probably curious about that. Aren't we all curious about that? So again, we get the Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles. So they're going to be working hard to juggle themselves, to juggle their own life. And they're probably going to focus a lot on work, on their career. Most likely that is where they're headed. They're just going to focus on their career from this point. So if someone maybe decided to move away from you toward a different job or something like that, then I would highly recommend that you just say, okay, you can go. I say no to that. And I say yes to myself. Okay. So I'm going to pull a couple cards from you from the Self-Compassion deck. And I didn't clarify too much for you because it's pretty damn clear to me what the cards are saying. No to bullshit. Yes to yourself. A child in need. If a child told you they were a failure because of a small mistake, how might you respond? Can you try the same words and tone for yourself? Yeah. Yeah. How are you speaking to yourself through this breakup, through this divorce, through this anguish? Are you being compassionate with yourself? And I would say that there's a feeling of abandonment here that you need to heal. And I would say when you see yourself in the mirror in the morning, I would recommend you talk to yourself with compassion. Tell yourself you love yourself. Welcome home that inner little girl or that inner little boy, who's ever watching. So, all right, Gemini, happy birthday. I'm sorry things have been so hard, but they will get better, I promise. Be kind to yourself. Be compassionate to yourself. Speak to yourself as if you're a little child. It's okay, I promise.